So, here's the bombshell. Prince William isn't just annoyed. He's done over it. And not in a sulky, passive royal way. We're talking full-on, don't even breathe in my direction mode. Why? Because King Charles, in a move that many royal insiders are calling completely bonkers, is reportedly trying to strike some kind of peace deal with Prince Harry. That's right. After all the chaos, the Oprah interview, the Netflix deal, the tell-all book, Charles is still holding the door open for his youngest son. And William, he's about ready to slam that same door shut, bolt it, and set it on fire. Now, the so-called peace summit didn't happen in secret. It went down at the Royal Overseas League in London, just a stone's throw from Clarence House, a.a. King Charles's Palace of Calm. Very on-brand for Charles. Try keep it all tidy and civil. Representing Harry were Meredith Maines and Liam Maguire, two staffers reportedly still in place, which is rare for Team Sussex considering their reputation for firing people faster than L.A. goes through green juice trends. On the King's side, his right-hand man Toby Andre was present, but William nowhere to be seen. His people didn't show. Not a single rep. That wasn't a scheduling issue. That was a statement. William sees this whole thing as a colossal mistake. In his eyes, Charles isn't making peace. He's rewarding betrayal. He's inviting a man who trashed a family in a global Netflix special, dropped a memoir loaded with personal jabs, and basically set fire to every bridge to Windsor had left. And now Charles wants to have a cuppa and hug it out. William is absolutely livid. Behind closed doors, insiders claim he's using language not even fit for a pub fight. One royal source told Page 6, and I quote, "William absolutely effing hates Harry." Their words, not mine. And it's not just about Harry. William sees this as an insult to the entire institution. Let's not forget this man is the future King of England. The crown will literally sit on his head. So, a deal that happens without him in the room, it's meaningless. It's like holding a peace talk for the Middle East and forgetting to invite the U.S. president. William's not just Charles' son. He's the heir. He's the next monarch. If his name isn't on the dotted line, the paper's not worth the ink. But the real fire starter here is what Harry's actually done. William could have maybe looked past the personal drama, but Harry didn't just slam his brother. He dragged Catherine into it. In his book Spare, he painted her as some cold, uptight villainess straight out of a bad period drama. William read those pages, saw what Harry said about his wife who's battled cancer recently, and that was it. Game over. You don't come back from that. Not in this family. Not in any family. Charles, meanwhile, seems to be in some kind of monarch granddad fantasy, thinking he can play peacekeeper. But William knows better. He sees what's really going on. To him, Harry's not crawling back for closure. He's broke. He's desperate. And he's looking to reboot his image just in time for the next book, the next documentary, the next whatever. A deal with the king gives Harry and Meghan the royal glow-up they need to stay relevant. And William, he refuses to be the prop in their comeback tour. William's anger isn't just about loyalty. It's about survival. The monarchy has weathered scandal after scandal, but never anything like this. Harry and Meghan didn't just burn bridges. They sold the ashes to Netflix. William knows the power of narrative. He understands how perception shapes legacy. And what he sees now is a father willing to gamble centuries of tradition for a PR win with a son who treats the institution like a reality show backdrop. The real kicker, Harry isn't even pretending anymore. Every move he makes screen strategy. Talk of forgiveness, reconciliation, and healing the rift is convenient noise for cameras. But behind it all, William sees the same pattern. Harry says one thing and does another, whether it's spilling private conversations to the press, throwing family under the bus in interviews, or casually implying that his brother's hairline is a national tragedy. There's always a catch, always a next move. What makes it worse is that William remembers a version of Harry that wasn't like this. The younger brother who cracked jokes, carried out royal duties, and shared a bond that was forged in grief, but that Harry vanished the moment Meghan entered the picture. And William isn't just angry. He's heartbroken because he knows that if this deal goes through, it won't be with a brother he grew up with. It'll be with a man William no longer recognizes. A man who, in his mind, is being completely puppeteered. Charles, on the other hand, is caught between a throne and a hard place. He's a father. He wants peace, but he's also a king. And kings don't make deals out of sentiment. William thinks his father has forgotten that. The monarch doesn't just lead the country. He sets the tone for the entire family. And when the tone is soft and forgiving to someone who's been nothing but damaging, it tells the public and future royals that loyalty is optional. Then there's Catherine. She's not saying a word publicly, but behind palace doors, her silence is thunderous. The way she was portrayed in Harry's book, cold, unfriendly, even jealous, cut deep, especially now after publicly revealing her cancer battle, an announcement that shook the entire nation. William doesn't forget that. He doesn't forgive that. And the idea that Harry could casually stroll back into royal life after dragging his wife through the mud. Unthinkable. The Queen, back when she was alive, had her own way of dealing with this chaos. Quiet strength, sharp lines. She famously said, "Recollections may vary," a polite way of calling someone a liar without actually using the word. William operates in the same way. He won't release dramatic statements or stage emotional interviews. But he's made one thing clear. If Charles wants to extend the olive branch, he'll be doing it alone. And let's not forget Harry and Meghan still use their royal titles, Duke and Duchess of Sussex. HR, despite promising not to, despite walking away. That to William is the final slap in the face. You can't claim independence while cashing in on the very system you disavow. It's like quitting a job, trashing your boss on the way out, and still demanding employee discounts at the company store. So now the stage is set. Charles wants unity. Harry wants relevance. Meghan wants the spotlight. But William wants consequences. The storm brewing in the royal family isn't just personal, it's political. William knows that everything they do is under the microscope. Every smile, every snub, every handshake. It all becomes international news. So, when the King of England even entertains a backdoor deal with a couple that nearly toppled the monarchy's image, it's not just a bad look. It's a betrayal of duty. William isn't interested in optics. He's interested in legacy. And legacy doesn't include a reunion tour with two people he sees as self-serving and disloyal. He's preparing. That's what most people don't see. While the cameras chase Harry and Meghan through Montecito and Netflix scripts their next docuseries, William is quietly building his monarchy, one that is leaner, more stable, and unapologetically firm. There will be no place in that future for half-in, half-out royals. No revolving door for disgruntled exiles. The next era will be clean, and William is already sweeping. Behind the scenes, talk of stripping Harry and Meghan of their remaining titles keeps coming up. Right now is political dynamite. But William is the long game player. Once the crown passes to him, expect swift action. The HRH honorific's gone. The Duke and Duchess titles very likely on the chopping block. Access to royal events revoked because in his eyes, you don't get to mock the institution while milking it for prestige. There's also the Meghan factor. William sees her as the architect of Harry's downfall. It's not just the interviews or the rumors or the carefully timed releases. It's the calculated distance from the family, the branding, the way every move seems designed for press headlines. When Harry speaks, William hears Meghan's voice behind the words. And that's why any deal made with Harry is in William's mind really a deal with her. And deals with Meghan have a short shelf life. But more than revenge or protocol, William is fueled by something else. His kids, George, Charlotte, and Louis are growing up in the glare of a spotlight Harry claims to have fled. William knows he'll inherit not just titles, but the mess that's been made. He wants to protect them, shield them from the chaos, build something dignified for them to walk into one day. That can't happen if Harry is constantly lobbing grenades from California under the cover of truth-telling. Charles, meanwhile, sees all of this as a family matter, a father trying to mend bridges before it's too late. But to William, it's a matter of state. He doesn't get the luxury of just being a son or a brother. Every decision he makes now echoes into the future. He's already seen what happens when leadership gets too sentimental. The Queen was many things, but when duty called, she didn't flinch. William is ready to do the same. The palace is quiet on all this, of course. That's the royal way. But make no mistake, internally the split is real. William and Harry aren't just arrunged. They're finished. And no PR statement, no staged handshake, no sources say we'll fix that. The final blow wasn't the book or the interview or even the allegations. It was the moment Harry thought he could come back without ever taking responsibility. That's the line William won't cross. So, if Charles insists on peace, he'll have to do it alone. Because when William takes the throne, peace will come, but not through hugs and handshakes. It'll come through boundaries, structure, and finally, consequences. The age of indulgence is ending. And for Harry and Meghan, the door is closing.